I was saved from this nightmare. They took me out of that hell theater. I don't know what happened there, but it needs to be destroyed. No one should be able to enter that building again. I have traveled to many places. I have been to the world's worst war zones, but nothing comes close to this. How is this a real place? How did it get this way? What ended my friends' lives in that theater? I am very lucky to be alive. I would have been like my friends if it wasn't for the men and women that saved me from those evil creatures. I am getting out of surgery soon. I am getting a new right arm. As soon as I can, they will have me tell them exactly what happened in that hellish theater. I will have no problem with that. They need to know what happened. I get out of surgery and look at my new arm. It is amazing. I have never seen technology as advanced as this. I can operate it without a problem. It is as if I never lost my arm. I hear a voice over the speakerphone. Please leave this room and go to room 115 for questioning. I leave the room and go to room 115. I entered the room, but no one was in the room. There is a chair, a microphone, and a recorder in front of some glass. I can see people on the other side of the glass, but I can't identify them. The person operating the microphone says, "Please tell us everything you can remember that you saw in the theater." The recorder starts recording. I speak into the microphone. I tell them as much as I can. I entered the theater with 4 of my friends. It looked like no one was here for over 100 years. It was a beautiful looking place. We were amazed by how beautiful it was. We had no idea what would happen to us while we were here. We explored the first room and found some jewelry. My friend, the one to find it, put a few necklaces in his pockets. He was the leader of our group. We walked up to a pair of double doors, but they were locked. The doors to the left and right were open, so we split up into 2 groups. I went to the left with 2 of my other friends. The leader went with my other friends to the right. My friends that were with me very carefully walked through each door. They didn't have good feelings about this place. We should have listened to them. One of my friends found writing on the wall in blood. It read, "No one ever escapes from hell." My friend that found the writing on the wall was Pedro. He was a very good friend to everyone who knew him. He was the kindest person I have ever met. His passing is very sad. He had 2 kids and a wife that loved him dearly. He was a good father and a good husband. I am probably going to miss him the most. We found blood on the wall, but no bodies, not even a skeleton. We looked for anything else in the room, but didn't find anything important. My friend David found a book with nothing written in it. On the cover had a symbol we had never seen before. I don't remember what it looks like. We left the book in the room. We left the room, but we should have left the theater at that point. We should have listened to the writing on the wall. The next room had a metal stairway going up. Nothing unusual about the room at all. There were just a lot of spider webs and spiders. When we got to the top of the stairway, we heard something, but just thought it was the other team. It wasn't. It was the creatures. Something fell in the other room. It made a loud bang. We didn't think too much of it, but we should have. If we knew what was going on with this place, we would have left right away. The room on top of the stairway had a teddy bear with blood on it. David picked it up and examined it. He found a button and pressed it. "I love playing with you." He put down the teddy bear and pulled out his knife. He opens the door and a corpse falls in front of his feet. The corpse looks too new for a place like this. It wasn't decomposed, not even a little bit. It was a fresh corpse. David lightly kicks it to see if the person is still alive. That's how fresh the body was. It shows no signs of life. The teddy bear laughs and says, "I love playing with you." David examines the corpse. He flips it over to its back and checks its pockets. In its shirt pocket, it had a piece of paper with some writing on it, but no one could read it. It was written in a language we haven't seen before. David puts the note in his pocket and puts the teddy bear in his backpack. We go to the next room. The next door is to another stairway. This time it is heading down. It is dark. Too dark to walk down without a light source. We pull out our flashlights and carefully walk down the stairs. There was a big hole in the stairway, but we easily jumped over it. We all made it down the stairway and walked through the next door. It was already open. We regrouped with the other team and communicated. We shared what we found. The leader found a lab coat with blood and a black liquid stain on it. He kept the jacket in his backpack. My other friend Sam found a teddy bear too. This one was very different from the one David found. It looked burnt but wasn't. It had red stitching and a broken voice box. You hit the button and a horrifying laugh came out of it. The laugh was deep and rough. Sam kept it in his backpack. After we shared what we found, we looked around the room. It is the main theater. It is the main theater. We were on stage. We split up with the same groups again. My team explores where the guest would be seated. You could tell this was a classy theater where the wealthy would come here for entertainment. We did some looking around but didn't find much. We just found a lot of junk, except for this odd teddy bear. I picked it up and looked at it. I didn't like the look of it. It didn't have a face. It had a large knife stitched into its right arm. It had writing on its belly and back, but we couldn't read it. I can tell you this about it. It was a mistake picking up that bear. That's when all hell broke out. The teddy bear that David picked up started talking. It said very loudly, "I love playing with you, but you all must leave now." Then we heard a loud noise. It was the sound of doors slamming and locking us in. Next we heard Sam being eaten alive. Sam started yelling and we ran over. Greg, the person teamed up with Sam, killed the creature, but it was already too late. Sam had half his face missing and was confirmed dead. I looked at the doors that we entered through. They were both shut and locked. I tried opening one of the doors, but it was locked. Greg tried the other door. He even kicked it, but it wouldn't open. Greg yells out of frustration, "How are we going to get out of here now?" David's teddy bear laughs and says, "I already told you, silly. No one ever escapes from hell." A creature jumps down from the ceiling and lands behind Greg. Greg turns around and stabs the creature in the ribs. It was huge. It had to be more than 7 feet tall. The knife did nothing. The creature laughed before grabbing Greg's head and licks its lips. It crushed his head with one hand and started eating him. The rest of us started to run for the double doors. We knew we had no chance of killing that thing. I was afraid. We were locked in the room. It was massive. There was no chance of survival. David put down his bag and pulled out a hammer. We took the hammer and tried to pry open the doors. It started to work, but not as well or fast enough. The door cracked and we started kicking the doors where the cracks were. It started working, but the creature started running after us. It was too fast, especially for its size. Pedro pulls out a machete and a fully automatic pistol and lights it up. It drops as if he killed it, but it wasn't dead. When it fell, I noticed something very odd. Its blood was black. Pedro puts away his weapons and helps us break down the door. We do break down the door, but the creature gets back up. It runs at us at full speed. It stabs through Pedro and David's back and rips out their hearts. It tried to get me too, but it missed. I pulled out my shotgun and tried to kill it, but it stabbed me in my right shoulder and slammed me into the ground. It knocked me out. I thought I was a goner, but that's when you saved me. I forgot to thank you for saving my life, so I am going to thank you and your team for saving my life now." They reply, "You are welcome. We are sorry you went through all of that. Is that all you have to share with us?" I reply, "Yes." The recorder turns off. They say to me, "Thank you for sharing your story. Please make your way to the doctor's office, room 484. The door opens and I make my way to room 484.